Live. Welcome to the live stream. Hello, my one viewer. So, what's the question for this stream? It's how I turned 200 into $2,000 trading. It is so simple. You're just looking for your A++ model. I don't recommend trading with your own capital, but I would prefer to use the $200 to take a prop firm challenge. And instead of flipping the accounts, if you're really broke, I just recommend that you take your time, manage risk, and stick to three trades or two losses on the day and risk maybe $200, $300 per trade. Do that for a month. You'll pass the account taking your time, taking it slow. And the same habits you did to pass, you do the same habits when you're funded. So when you get funded, you do the same thing. But before you do any of this, I would rather use that $200 to get into a mentorship or get a program that I can backtest on continuously and master the strategy first. Because we shouldn't be trading until we master the skill. So it's P&L doesn't matter. The thumbnail, the money, it just does not matter. I took a trade earlier in the morning session, and I lost I think like $1,000. But I'm on a prop firm challenge, and even if I was on the funded, it wouldn't matter. It just does not matter at all because P&L does not matter. What matters is that we look for a setup and we know our risk when we're taking our setup. I took the loss mainly because my setup was an A+++. My setup was B minus at best. It wasn't proper. It wasn't fully textbook, and I knew the risk. I knew that was the case, and I still took the gamble. Um, and even before I did take the trade, I made it clear that if I weren't me, I wouldn't take this trade. I said that because if somebody were to do what I just did in that situation, but not have not don't have skin in the game, have not been doing this, um, that doesn't know how to manage their emotions, if the loss were to occur like it did, it would cause them to spiral and tilt. Um, so it is so important that we learn the skill, we manage the skill first, we understand, we backtest, we know what's an A plus setup, and that's all we do. We just look for the A plus setup. We never worry about P&L. We do not care about P&L because that $1,000 loss on the day could have been $10, could have been $100. I'm telling you, it does not matter. It's just literally a click of two buttons. What matters is I followed my rules, and I did not, and that's it. I document it, I journal it, and I move on. I will say too, like in hindsight, taking a step back, maybe I shouldn't be risking on lower probability setups on a challenge. But for being honest, I wanted a little bit of excitement. I wanted to do something. We're on the live streams, we're doing nothing. Um, it is what it is. It's not a habit that I will take that I have on my funded. Um, but it's a habit that I have when I do prop challenges. Like I'll risk taking a lower probability setups, um, just because I have the capability to do so. And when it does work out, I get ahead so much. Because if it did work out, then we would only need one more trade to pass after that. It didn't. We got set back a little bit, but we'll catch back up. And if we did blow it, um, we have other accounts to keep attempting because the whole goal of over leveraging is that we're gonna win eventually because we have such a high win rate. But drawdown still exists. You can still go on a losing streak. That's not impossible. But we're paying so little for these accounts. If we do blow it, what do we really lose? It was $30. If I was trying to learn how to trade and bind these accounts, that would just be you're gambling. You don't know what you're doing. But I do know how to trade. I know what I'm doing, so it's justifiable. That's it. It should be very clear that the P&L doesn't matter. All that matters is that we look for A plus setup, and like we know what we're looking for. So many people fail in this industry and don't do well because they can't handle their emotions. They just don't know how to handle their emotions. And then they'll get good at handling their emotions, but they don't know how to manage drawdown, like DD. And that's just so easy to do. It's just common sense math. But the secret is, and I don't, you hear like if you watch podcasts and stuff too, like you hear everybody does this. Three trades or two losses on the day. It's that simple. Because that's just the best way to manage risk, especially with a one-to-one risk reward ratio. People normally do that with a higher win or lower win rate and a higher risk reward ratio by doing the three trades or two losses, but it still applies to one to one. And I think it really does matter most with one to one because if you mess up the three trades or two losses in any way, that will mess up your P&L curve because your best day shouldn't be more than $300 if you were risking $100 per trade, and your worst day shouldn't be um, more than negative $200 because you're supposed to stop after two losses. So let's get actives going on. We're on the 1 minute here. We see a zone right here. Screen. And for the ones rewatching the live stream, it like really does. If you can leave me a comment and let me know too. I've gotten some ideas so far, especially for one of my great mentees. But if you have any ideas too, like how I can grow more, or like give more insight to others to listen and want to learn without shooting the P&L all the time, like without showing the money, without showing the success. 'Cause I just want to show the scale, and like 'cause I'm just so big on mastering the scale. And I don't know if you heard me say this before, but like my target is people who've traded before and that are struggling. Typically, like I'll find a setup um, near the like start of 12:30, the later session, and I see one, but I don't want to take this just because resistance is right here and we've been respecting it. And the last thing I want is that we come down, respect the resistance, and not respect the zone. I'd only be interested in this if we had a lot of steam and then we started getting pullbacks in this area. Then I'll maybe be interested in it. On the higher time frame, what's going on here? Let's see. There's a 15-minute zone. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Okay. Oh, look, we have a zone forming right here. The tap is pretty weak. Swing high, swing low. And if y'all too have questions, let me know. I'd love to help y'all. But I think y'all, if y'all are not asking questions, I assume y'all are okay. And for the new viewer out there, I don't know if you were here for the morning session, but if you were, we took a loss, and the setup it was not a proper sweep, but it did everything else it needed to do, but the sweep wasn't proper. The setup that's forming right now on my screen, the zone that it's jumping on, I would take this if we fly to the upside right now. But if we don't fly to the upside, I won't take it. Because I need standard deviation to still hit. And standard deviation just means 100% away. So like 100% away just means two zones on top of each other. Like this. I'm afraid that this is going to be a boring session. We'll see, but I can tell you already, I'm seeing these like skipping blocks. If I were you and I were trading, ideally I wouldn't be sitting here staring at these screens because you can see that the volume is just kind of dead. If I weren't live streaming, what I would have personally done is that I would have taken that loss on the day. I would have came back for this afternoon. I would have saw price, and I would just walked away. I would just logged off. I wouldn't have been. I wouldn't worry about it. Um, I will say though, like the next day or later in the day, and when I do backtest, I like to look at the sessions I missed. So like if I did skip the session, then later in the day or whenever I backtested, I would come back on this date, on this day, and I would look through this whole session and see if I missed any plays. And if I did miss a play, I typically would journal it. I'd write it out because I like to like build a database and understand afternoon. The afternoon to me is at 12:30 to 1:30 trading time. So I understand that morning and afternoon are completely different. But that's how I discovered like all the plays normally happen at 12:30, or I know when volatility is gonna kick in at 1:30 or whatever. It's because I'm just like backtesting and journaling everything, collecting all this data, reflecting and whatnot. Um, but it's a good habit. So if you ever do skip a session, it's really good. Just go back, See if you can find your setup still. If you missed your setup, document it and move on. You know what? I am curious about something. There was this play that I wanted earlier, and I wonder if it delivered. It did deliver. That's pretty cool. What about this one? I want to see if this one delivered too. Oh wow, I think this one also delivered. Hold on, let me check. That's so cool. These two plays I wanted earlier, um, but I logged off already. Let's see. Yeah, they both delivered. That's real cool. That's awesome. I wouldn't have taken them though because they weren't in my windows of time. Throughout the year, the windows of time that I avoid, you will see setups in those windows of time, but volatility is not stable. So like it's not something I would sit around and risk. Just walk away. Because that means like normal volume is coming back and volatility not being stable. You'll see it happen. You'll see your play starts to play out. Everything will happen perfectly, and you'll get wicked out. Like you'll see like an example here. You have your entry right here with your stop loss right here and your take profit. You would see your candles come down, wick you, and then hit your take profit. Because volatility is unstable. So please continue to skip that lunch session. I would never, ever, 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 ever trade the first hour open. Ever, ever. It's so reckless. It's so reckless. Because volatility is disgusting in the first hour open. Like you can even see, if you look on the top right, the 15-minute candles. Yeah, just these three black candles is just the first 30 minutes. Like that's ridiculous. This is normally the morning is just so bad. I would avoid it. But you still see plays. Plays will still happen. You want a high probability, so there's no need to be risking. Hopefully we start to get a movement, but I my reasons for us not having any setups or nothing happening during the session is that the candles are moving sideways so much. They're clunky. There's spaces missing in the candles. So like here's an example here. There's like a little tail sign. Like there's a gap. There shouldn't be gaps. There's a gap here. There's like little gaps in these candles, like volume is not filling out. See too, like before we just had like all this weird price action. It looks like to me like there isn't orders for us to sweep. There isn't orders for us to take that 50% at. Like, I don't talk about this at all much because it's so useless. But I'll tell you right now, if you are curious about it, I don't think anyone really knows about this. The whole point of like doing all this and creating the zone is because there's orders that are sitting in here. And this space in this area, all these people have orders sitting there. So when price comes, it's taking all the stop losses of everybody that's going long. So every single person that's going long in this area are like all right here, they're all going long. Price is dumping because it's eating all the stop losses. Then it gets filled, all those orders get filled from all those buyers, and then price shoots back up. That's how I can tell like my higher RR plays. I see like how much buyers were fighting or sellers were fighting against and how many orders were filling, and then I'm like, oh, this one's higher RR. And I bet there's an indicator I can use, but like EMA and shit, but I wonder if there's like oh, you know what there is? I forgot about it. There's an indicator that I used to use. It's really cool. It's called level 2. I don't know. It's if you've traded before, you know what I'm talking about. It just shows the orders coming in. Well, there's an indicator that I had that displayed where orders were sitting at on the screen. So like on the right side, you'll see a line like right here, and it'll show you like there is 200 orders sitting here at this line. It's like how Bookmap, if you ever used Bookmap before, it tells you where like the heat is at. That's what it would do. and it would those lines would be exactly at 50%. So it would show me like 200 orders are sitting at 50%. So you would see price come in, fill those orders, and shoot up. I should consider using that. Let me see if there's a consider using that for higher RR because I stopped using it because I didn't want any indicators on my screens, and I was avoiding higher RR for a while. Let me see if they have to have one. Level 2 on screen to download script. Hey, that's pretty cool. The level 2 on the that's pretty sick actually. Nah, I have to research this. I'll do it another time. Um, yeah, I kind of want to like make an indicator, get an indicator made. It shouldn't be difficult because it's PineScript. Like you can just use ChatGPT to code it. Obviously with a bunch of errors, but you can still get it done. I want to like code something or like get something done where like everything gets placed for us except the zones. So they already have an indicator for the zones. I do not recommend it. It's really bad for your mentality. Um, but yeah, like it just kind of like places everything for us. So like our resistant lines, our vertical lines, and then I want something that tells us about like volatility, like when volatility is stable. And I'm thinking about the level 2. I'm not sure yet. Just to make things like more convenient. I like the idea of like somebody coming in and not knowing anything about trading, and then I like teach them everything they need to know, and it's just so easy because I systemize everything. So that's what I'm consistently working on. I know a lot of y'all just joined right now too. If you have any questions, please ask. Just a fair warning, I don't think we're gonna get much action today on this session. In the morning, I did lose $1,000. That's exciting. It was just a bad play. It wasn't an A plus plus setup. And if you're listening and you hear that $1,000 and you're like, wow, like it, I'm telling you, it does not matter. Like it could have been $10, it could have been $100. The only difference was the click of a button. Like the P&L just doesn't matter. It was also on a prop account too, so it was like paper money. It was fake. So even if I won like 10K or if I won whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just so pointless. Like it, all that matters is that we look for our A plus setup and we take our A plus setup. Um, so yeah, but the setup wasn't A plus. The one that I took, it was lower probability, and I took a lower probability on purpose. Like I knew my risk. I just wouldn't recommend anyone else doing that um, until you've been at consistent level, which isn't hard. Price action, I don't think it's gonna happen. I think we're just gonna continue moving sideways. We might get an influx of volatility like around 1 o'clock, and like maybe find something, but I don't think we're gonna find anything. And like I always say, 24/7. If you have any questions, please ask me. I have music playing in my headphones. It's just like classical music. Um, if y'all want me to play music on the streams, let me know. But if I did play music on the streams, it would more than likely be like classical stuff. It's just like soft classical stuff. Like I don't really like when it gets too heavy. I also have ADHD too, so like I don't want to be listening to stuff that um, like spike my emotions in any way. Like I don't want to put myself in that risk. And maybe I will here and there like play something that's uh, like a little overstimulating or something. Like you know what I mean, like not classical. But I rarely ever do. Normally too, when I work, I made it a habit of playing classical music because like it kind of like puts me in that state. Like I condition myself. It's work time. 'Cause, like I'll try to listen to other music when I'm working, but I just can't enjoy it because I'm just like trying to log in. Like I need to focus when I'm working. Especially like doing all this content stuff is a lot. And when I do like doing this content and this mentorship, feels like I'm starting over again. Like it just everything feels so new and like I don't know nothing. Um, but I'm learning as I go, and we're constantly improving. I did increase my retention on my YouTube videos. The second to last one I did. I kind of want to see my stats on this newest one I made, but um, I'm getting better at holding viewers. It's pretty cool. It just sucks that like I have to feed like people's instant gratification and because like they just have bad habits. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm gonna show you right now. Mm-mm-mm. So like typically, so this video was kind of boring, honestly. Let me find a different video. It was like one where I was like easiest strategy. Give me a second here. Oh yeah, like I was able to hold retention throughout the video. Like people were able to watch this. Um, but like I said, I hate that it has to be uh like constantly changing and the sound effects and all the other stuff to keep your attention. I wish I can just like talk about the strategy, backtest it, and then you take notes you learn from it. Mm, but I know like nobody wants to sit around and stare and take notes. I ideally want this zone to break and we keep going up. I don't think that we're gonna break the zone. I think that we're just gonna continue ranging for the rest of the session. I think the session will be a waste of time, but hopefully we find a play. And the most I can risk is like $700. Let me check, cause we're on the prop account. We're just going max size. Let me check here. Okay. Let's see. We are at 750. Okay. So we can only risk, let me just do the little comment note. One of my mentees, Adrian, does this and I love it. He makes notes on his chart when he marks them out. Okay, what's it called? I was gonna say, 730. That's how much it was, right? Oh, 750. I'll leave it at 730. This is the max amount I can risk. So like if I'll put 5 contracts, and then if it's like at $900 or $800, I'll just cut the contracts down to be at 730. I'm not seeing anything right now. I really do think we're just going to continue moving sideways. I'll take this if we have a bunch of steam and then take a break. Like if we come down real hard and then we stop, I'll take this. I doubt what's going to happen though. I don't think we're going to get a big move anytime soon. I think this was just all we're going to get. Hello, new viewer. We're just sitting here and staring, hoping we get a movement. I hope we get some volatility at 1 o'clock, which is in like 7-ish minutes or 8 minutes. Maybe a step in a little earlier. I just don't think anything's going to happen. I feel like we're just going to continue ranging just because we have been. And we had like a big move throughout the lunch session. I think this is just time because we get a big move and then we chop. I think that we already got the big move already, so we're just chopping in the afternoon. And you can look, if you look at the top left, you can see those 1 minute candles that are formed every 1 minute, that they're going up. I can show you right here, like this little area right here. So we get that big move, and then we just chop. And the market only does two things: it moves or it chops. The technical term for this is displacement, like moving, and then accumulation is when it's chopping. It does nothing else. That's all it does. It's really hard to find setups when we're accumulating, because like you're just trying to take zones within zones. Okay, okay. So this zone already got mitigated. Yeah, they got mitigated already. Does this reach standard deviation? Yeah. It reached it after, so technically none of these taps count. Technically, but it already mitigated it, so yeah, that's a pass. Roger is mitigated. I don't ever expect it to hold. Sometimes it will. Maybe it will be like what keeps us bullish, but I'll keep it marked out until we break it. And then sometimes I'll still leave it open for a little bit because we still respect these three lines, like in the zone. But I'm gonna leave it out so we can gauge direction. I feel like what's the word, like dreadful a bit, like lazy. Um, because like I'm like I've convinced myself that there's not gonna be no plays, but I'm hoping for the best because sometimes there's something. If we break this red zone above, I will look for bullish plays. If we don't, I'm pretty sure we're gonna dump, so I'll take bearish plays. Because this just looks like a pullback before we dump again. Yeah, it's just like a healthy pullback, especially on the 15 minute. We only see white candles. If I do take a trade and you're rewatching this live stream, I'll take my notes out. You'll see me take it out, and you'll see me type and explain why I took the trade and why I skipped it or whatever. I explain everything. If you're late and I normally, the questions that I have in the thumbnails, um, I answer in the beginning of the video. So like if you did rewatch the video or rewinded it, you see me answer the question right in the beginning. I prefer if you just like showed up early in the lobby of the stream. Um, so then like as soon as the stream starts, you're already there, and then you get the answer. But basically, the answer was how I turned 202,000. It's just P&L does not matter. We're just looking for A plus setups. I'd prefer that if you use that $200 to get a prop from challenge, if you already know the skill, or go get into a mentorship, save that money for mentorship, or get a backtesting program to backtest on. Because there's just would be no need why you're going to be on a prop if you don't know how to trade, and it doesn't make sense to be on a personal account if we have too much opportunity with prop and how much we can leverage with prop. So like yes, of course you can do a live account, but like why? Just attach it to the copy trader with prop accounts, so that you're still growing your personal while still over leveraging with funded and like prop accounts. Come on. If we do cut to the downside, it'll be a good thing because we can start looking for plays. But if we keep going up, I don't think we're gonna push up. I think we're gonna just slowly grind if we stay going up. So this zone got filled 50%. Normally, like most of the time, the zones that I have on the range always fail. They normally, like my take profit always gets hit on these zones. This is just the first, the highest and the lowest sweep from initial balance. And initial balance is the first hour high and low, and it's just the pattern that I teach, the NNT pattern. Um, those zones like almost all the time always hit take profit, but I don't take them because they're first flips. They're on the range. It's too risky. Like it doesn't. I'm not gonna gamble on it. But I do like using it for direction though. So like I know these bounce a lot. Um, so like if and the zone hasn't fully been mitigated, and it tapped on the 15 minute, like it's just super respected. I'm expecting prices to just dump completely from here, and like really hard to. But I speak these analysis um, more for myself to tell myself what the game plan is, for me to know what when it's bearish and bullish, when I know to bet down or when I know to bet up. And I hope you would do the same, because if you can gauge direction, you can do anything. Like if it sounds silly, but like if you think you can know when we're going up or down, if you just had two buttons and you clicked either or to sell or buy, and you had like a 2R just set in place or 3R or whatever it was, I bet you'd be profitable. It just on the long term you struggle a bit because there's no mechanical strategy. It's just intuition. Quite tired. Just afraid nothing's gonna happen. I'll give it to like 115, 120ish, and if we get nothing, I'll just hop off. So we're dumping now, like I was saying earlier, but it's not that strong. It just started. I honestly like if you just went for higher RR plays on initial balance zones, I think you'd be okay. Yep, take profit's about to get hit on the zone. If you're in the mentorship and you're hearing me talk, and you just heard what I said about these zones always delivering, do not take these zones. Do not gamble on these zones. They're for your range. They're not for you to play on. Yay! Take profit would have been hit. Let's go. Okay, now I hope we dump now so I can get a play. Come on. We definitely are barcoding. You know what I didn't expect um, for us to just accumulate or just like chop and do nothing? It looks like that's what's gonna happen. Boom, boom. Oh, yay. There's a little bit of strength. Oh, I see a zone. It's really tiny. I might take it honestly because it's in a really good spot. Let me show you. Let me see if it failed. 40%. It might be too small to take. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take it. I like it. If I can have time to catch it, I don't think I will. Standard deviation. Yep. Main. Trade. Mm-mm. Okay. Down, bow, 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 bow. Okay, yeah. I like these plays when we switch from like bullish to bearish or bearish to bullish, vice versa, whatever. Because there's like a lot of strength still, and I'm convinced there's a lot of order still. I can go for higher RR with this one. I 1000 because I think I can go for higher RR. I honestly would just risk SC. Why not? That's if we fail though. We might not even come back. How much we need? Like 125. Maybe I'll just be like right here. What's a swing? Come on, come film me, come film me. I know you want to. Oh, come on, I know you want to come film me. No. Okay, you know how I said I'm pretty sure we're gonna dump? How did I know? It's just that zone that's in the range that you can see on the 1 minute here. You see my initial balance, the orange lines, right here and right here. These zones always hold. So we're respecting it. Oops. Let's do that. Yeah, we're dumping really hard. We're just respecting the range. At least the volatility came in around 1 o'clock. That's awesome. I was able to know that too. Consistent backtesting, consistently showing up. Also, like, don't forget that we're just watching people's behaviors. So, and people are predictable, prices are predictable. Yeah, I want to go for higher RR. Um, I don't even think we might not even deliver though. So I don't think we're coming back up. Maybe we will. That would be awesome if we did, but I don't think we are. Mm-mm. The whole point of me like yapping about my analysis is that I understand where direction is going. So I hope you would do the same. And I'll continue to say it for the rest of my life again and again and again. Like after you gauge direction, I promise you everything will become easier. Because then you know what when a trade is counter trend. Come on, buddy. Maybe we pull back from here. I don't think. I think we're just gonna continue dumping. Oh, I said I wanted to take this earlier. Let me see. Yeah, I think I might take this still. The steam happened, the break. Oh, but the break. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I'll put it on here and then If I change my mind, I'll just take it off. Oof, I got to go down size though. Yeah, I can only do that. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Hmm. There we go. Let's see. I don't really like the play that I'm in right now because the Steam took a break right above it, which means we're gonna slice right through. And we have resistance here that we've been respecting, so we might just go for it. Um, I don't know. I kind of just want to gamble on it because we're on a prop challenge, and I kind of want to stick. I want to get rid of the Tradeify one already, or pass it already, and so I can just focus on the Apex because I have uh, 2 Apex that I'm working on. No, I like it so far. I like how we got a little break at it. Okay. Let's see. Maybe come fill me. Nope. Oh, I failed. See if our stop loss gets smacked or take profit gets smacked. It looks like our stop loss is going to get hit because that resistance line below. Also, the Steam took a break right here above the zone, which is so risky because then we go right back to all the volatility. But keep in mind, this is a prop challenge. This is not a funded account. Would not do this with a funded account or personal. Oh, see if our take profit gets hit. It's so close. I feel like it's not going to hit it. I feel like we're still just going to drop. Oh, we'll see. It like wants to try. It just won't do it. Oh, take profit got hit. Okay, so let's document it. So technically on the day, we're break even because in the morning we lost one, and in the evening we won one. So we would have made $0 today. Okay, okay. Oh, let me mark out what I didn't like about this play. I'll go over the whole setup and everything with you right now because I'm not gonna take any more trades after this. Oh, maybe I will, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't see anything right now. I didn't like how the Steam stopped and accumulated right before dumping again. Okay. Let's go over the play together. Let's see if I see anything first. Nope, 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 nope. All right. And I'll get the drawing out too, so you can learn with me. So this is the trade I just took. I risked the max amount of size I could with my trailing drawdown. It was about like $600, $500. I don't know, something along those lines. I now have available $1,300 worth of drawdown. So the next trade, I'm gonna risk $1,300. Okay, so okay. This is the pattern we're looking for. Swing high, swing low, like we always talk about. They sweep, swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low. And if you're new here and you don't understand any of this, I can start from the beginning if you want me to. But if you're not going to say nothing, I'm just going to do it like this. But just let me know. So we tap the zone over here. The zone gets tapped and break structure, just like here. So we create our zone. Zone gets tapped right here. Break structure, just like the pattern. The pattern happens. We want less than 3 taps in the zone. So if we get 2 taps, we're okay. If we get a 3rd tap, we're done. No taps happened. And then we got one little reaction to before entering. I like the little reaction. I liked how we took a break from the Steam, but I didn't like how the break was hovering over the zone, which is dangerous. came and filled me at 50%, take profit. If I want to go for higher RR, um, I it's best to go for the eternal swing, which would have been right here. So my take profit should have been there for higher RR. But it would have been like only a few dollars more. Like it just wouldn't have been much of a difference because the eternal swing is in the zone. Um, but yeah, that's it. I just looked for the NNT pattern. I found it. I took my trade for it, and every trade I just risk um, the most amount of drawdown I can risk per trade. So like I have an intraday trailing drawdown. Um, if you don't know what that is, it's just like if price. I'll show you. I can do the drawing right here. If you have this thingy that blows your account, okay, it will blow your account up. You will lose access to your prop account if you hit this trailing drawdown. Okay. Let's say you have you're in a position, and this position is up $1,000, or yeah, $1,000, but you don't take profit. Okay. Price comes up and it reaches $1,000, but it comes back down, and you exit out the trade at $0. This thing that blows your account goes up $1,000. So you've lost the ability to trade with $1,000 because trailing drawdown has followed you up intraday. There is prop firms where they have end of day trailing drawdown, so it's not intraday, so it's just your P&L total at the end of the day. And they also have some that don't have trailing drawdown at all. But it doesn't matter if you just follow our rules and just keep looking for your A+ setup. All this is pointless. Just risk your drawdown per trade. And then you can check your drawdown by like looking at right here. Like I have 1,300 left. There's ways you can see. So I just keep it open for me. So I just check how much I have because I only had like $700 worth of drawdown. So I risk a little less than that. And then that gives me more drawdown to play with. But alrighty, I think that's it. I appreciate you coming. I appreciate you watching. Basically on the day we're just breaking even. There's no. That's it. So 0R. I use the most amount of contracts I can use. EQ, lazy pride. I won't lie, taking this trade did excite me. I feel more awake now since I took it because I've just been so bored. Low prop setup could have been avoided. No proper sweep. And then since you're here with me, we might as well just submit the journal to the Discord. And I can just show you how I do it, because I like to have the mentees have their own journals, where they can or I can critique their trades and whatnot. So let's do this real quick. NNT journal, here it is. So what I do is I post my journal, and then I post the live stream with that. So let's do that, the live stream, and then no problem. Let me just fill this out. Let's make this yellow. And okay. And then I'll post the trades too. That's fun. Okay. Here's the. Oops. This is that $1,000 loss from earlier. I'm just gonna paste it in here also, so they can study it if they want to. Okay. Then I press submit. Journal has been submitted. Awesome. Okay, now they're taken care of. Okay, journal's been submitted, and I think I'm done here. All right. Maybe we'll get something right now. No, no, yes, no. What's this? Ooh, I gamble on this if we react to it. Where's that CDV at? Ooh. Ooh, come on, come down. If you come down, I'll gamble on it. Nope, never mind. JK. I was just being silly. That sucks. Maybe. I kind of want it. I like it. Create new order, sell, take profits, stop loss. See if I can catch it in time. And if our stop loss gets hit, stop loss gets hit, whatever. It doesn't matter. 5. Yeah, I'll put 5 contracts on this. Let's see. Standard deviation was right here. Our singular tap was there. Ooh. E. I kind of wanted to tap out last second, but oh well. We're already in it. Who cares? And yeah, it looks like our take profit's about to get hit right now too. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's another win. Let me write this down. Give me a second. That was a quick one. I didn't expect that to happen that fast. Okay, how much did I make off that one? I don't know. I think I made like 400. Okay, I basically just made up the loss I had. So technically we would be up 1 win. Let me document this play real quick for the mentees. Small play, but caught it in time. I was a little unsure after I got filled, but after I got filled, it was alright. I was like, never mind. Okay, let me document this. Sorry. Took this setup right after. The ability for me to be able to do that and like catch the play and hop into play immediately happens with time. So you just keep doing this again and again. It just gets easier and easier. Okay, I think that's it now. If you're curious what the money P&L is, what is it? Oh yeah, it's negative $23. So I lost 1,000 in the morning. I made 1,000 in the afternoon. We ended the day at negative $23. I think I made like over 1,000. I made like 1,200 or something in the afternoon. Like you just saw me do it. There's a way I can look at individual trades, can I? Oh, will it show P&L? No, it won't. Lame. Positions? No, it won't. That sucks. Whatever. I have to like change it up. Oh, I'll just leave it. But okay, yeah, I'm gonna hop off now. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, it's awesome that you guys experienced that with me. This is like real life trading. As you can see too, like the P&L doesn't matter. We made it all back, and it didn't take any. I didn't do anything different than I would normally do if I were to risk $200 or $50. I hope you can really gauge and understand like what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, so you can do it too. And yeah. Oh, I think it's so cool that I love when this happens. When there's 2 plays that can fit in one screenshot. That's cool. Okay, I'm gonna hop off now. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, please ask me on the Discord. If you did trade, and if you're watching Adrian, text me and let me know how your session went. I want to know. And yeah, all right. Appreciate you. Thank y'all so much. Okay, I'm hopping off now. And if you were watching it, thank you so much for watching the live stream. I love that you're changing your life. Okay, I'm out of here. KT2Y out.